Islam is the way, the truth, and the life, and the life. Whosoever practices it shall never fail. Islam is the way, the truth, and the life, and the life. Whosoever practices it shall never fail. Islam is the way, the truth, and the life, and the life. Whosoever practices it shall never fail. Islam is the way, the truth, and the life, and the life. Whosoever practices it shall never fail. For God so loved the world that he gave his only religion, Islam, that whosoever practices it shall not perish, but has everlasting life. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Islam as a religion, that whosoever practices it shall not perish, but has everlasting life. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Islam, that whosoever practice it as a religion shall never perish, but has everlasting life. Islam is the way, the truth, and the life, and the life. Whosoever practice it shall never fail. I have decided to be a Muslim. I am happy. I am a Muslim. No circumstance, inshallah, inshallah, no circumstance, inshallah, inshallah, no circumstances can change my opinion. I decided to be a Muslim. I am happy. I am a Muslim. No circumstance, inshallah, inshallah, no circumstance, inshallah, inshallah, no circumstances can change my opinion. Islam is the way, the truth, and the life, and the life. Whosoever practices it shall never fail. Islam is the way, the truth, and the life, and the life. Whosoever practices it shall never fail. Islam is the way, the truth, and the life, and the life. Whosoever practices it shall never fail. Islam is the way, the truth, and the life, and the life. Whosoever practices it shall never fail. For God so loved the world that he gave his only religion, Islam, that whosoever practices it shall not perish, but has everlasting life. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Islam as a religion, that whosoever practices it shall not perish, but has everlasting life. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Islam, that whosoever practices it as a religion shall never perish, but has everlasting life. Islam is the way, the truth, and the life, and the life. Whosoever practices it shall never fail. I have decided to be a Muslim. I am happy. I am a Muslim. No circumstance, inshallah, inshallah, no circumstance, inshallah, inshallah, no circumstances can change my opinion. I decided to be a Muslim. I am happy. I am a Muslim. No circumstance, inshallah, inshallah, no circumstance, inshallah, inshallah, no circumstances can change my opinion. Islam is the way, the truth, and the life, and the life. Whosoever practices it shall never fail. Islam is the way, the truth, and the life, and the life. Whosoever practices it shall never fail. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Amen. I welcome you all as usual to this program of ours. I turn to the free thinkers, the atheists, not the idol worshippers or the traditionalists, the Christian in general, the free thinkers, likewise the onlookers. I say unto me, the peace of the Lord be upon you all. Likewise, I say unto Muslims all over the world that are here right now, and those that will be joining the program as it progresses, and those that are not opportune to be with us live. I say unto you, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, we shall continue our explanation on Christian Prince's claim against Islam. I said it last week that this guy called Christian Prince is never a Christian, and he was only trained to tarnish the image of Islam and also the personality of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So by this, we need to iron out and explain some things which I did last week on this same program. So tonight, I shall continue with where I stopped by playing the audio of the discussion with one Muslim from India. And that Muslim happens to be a nominal Muslim anyway. Because there are some things he's supposed to should have known about Islam, though he is lacking biblical knowledge as well. He's lacking the knowledge of the Bible. I didn't mean he was the type that is vast. Christian Prince wouldn't have gotten any option than to succumb or to abuse him as usual. Now, tonight, I'm going to continue where we stopped. Where we stopped last week was when he was trying to tell us about 4 books. If you can remember, about 4 books. Claiming Matthew, Mark, Luke, John to be a revelation, which of course I ironed out. Mark, Luke, John, NEPA. Engineer, NEPA. All the AC should be off. Now, so I need to continue from where I stopped last week. Let's hear. Though, when I went on my YouTube, though it's unusual for me to read comments, but I just decided to go through my YouTube comments. And I saw some Christian abusing me for just no cause. And these are the people I've been invited. I've been inviting them on my program virtually every week. But none of them will ever call this program, either to explain or to complain or to bring in some enlightenment. But no, I saw one man called Rand Marx. Go and check his comments. Likewise, one Aaron Richards. And there's a Yoruba guy among them as well, Olusegun Moses. Likewise, a man called Isaac B. And one Abe Ayo. There's one guy called Abe Ayo. So, all these names, I requested you to just come up and explain your own side of the story. I expected you to call tonight so that I'll be able to iron out our differences, and likewise some points that I made that are not clear to you. So, you are free to call in when it is time. And if you feel like not be able to wait till then, you can call in now. Engineer, just paste the number there. Just paste the number. You are free to call in anytime. I'll pick your call. Provided we'll discuss on this very issue. Provided we'll discuss on this very issue. I'm explaining Christian Prince's claim that is only a liar. Christian Prince is a liar. He lied against Quran. He lied against Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and also against the Muslims all over the world. And this guy is not a Christian. I'm still repeating it. In fact, he's even a ghost. He has no picture, nor his face to be known. The day I spoke with him, he said to me, if he should appear on screen, he might get killed. I said, you are lying. Is anybody after the life of David Wood, or any Muslim after the life of Sam Shamoun, likewise Atuntash, who is after their life? Nobody. If you are sure that you are a Christian Prince, as your name implies, I know that's not your name anyway, because you are from Indonesia. So how can you be named Christian Prince? Is your name Christian, or your surname Prince, or you are Prince and your surname is Christian? Is that possible? So which you are only deceiving the whole wide world. You are a deceiver, though nobody knows you anyway. That's why I challenged you that very day. That come out in person. Let's have our discourse on Skype. I cannot be discussing with a ghost. With a man I've never seen in my life. Not even on screen or his picture. So I'm even discussing with a human being. Not an animal or a ghost. Because nobody knows you. So, now, let's continue with the audio I'm discussing.
So you got it wrong. Secondly, isn't it the Quran says that the Quran teach that Jesus have disciples and he asked them to help him to spread the message? So those are the disciples. Same time, your prophet, he says, خُذُوا الْقُرْآنَ عَنْ أَرْبَعَ, take the Quran from 4.
Now, I've explained this anyway, that Jesus, Quran said Jesus has 12 disciples, right? But those disciples in Quran was not mentioned. And the one in the Bible, Mark was not part of the names. Luke was not part of them. Even John, there's nothing like John in the language of Hebrews, because they don't have any letter called J. So anywhere J is seen in Hebrew word, remove the J and add Y, Yon. Likewise, Jesus, Yeshua. There's nothing called Jesus, nothing called Jesus. Likewise, Jeremiah. There's nothing called Jeremiah, it's Jeremiah. Y, not J. So there's nothing called Matthew. It's called Levi. I've explained that in my previous video last week. So he now said Quran is in 4. Let's listen to his explanation and the Muslim in question.
Quran from 4.
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
So based on this, you Muslims should have 4 Quran according to 4 people.
No, sir. That is that the Prophet ﷺ said that you should learn Quran from 4 people,
Exactly.
and that are the Sahabas.
Okay, so learn Quran from 4, and now we have many versions of the Quran. It's not 4. Even your Prophet says that Allah, He sent him the Quran, 7 Quran, correct?
No, they are basically the dialects of the Quran, that how to recite the Quran.
No, my friend, if it's how to recite, this is not a new Quran then. This is silly to say how to recite, because the story is...
Sir, I would just like to give you an example, like in Surah Duha, it starts with Vadduha, so there are different dialects. We can say Vadduha, Vadduhe, Vadduhi, so these are different dialects.
This is false argument. This is not true, because there's a huge difference between those Quran. As an example, is it Khalifa or Khaliqa? You know, you recite Al-Fatiha, right?
Yes.
Okay. Does it say Ahdina as-Sirat al-Mustaqim?
Yes.
Okay. What does Sirat al-Mustaqim mean?
The straight path.
Okay. Don't you know that in the book of Warsh, it is Al-Dhurat al-Mustaqim?
No, I don't have this in my knowledge.
Okay. Al-Dhurat is a fort. So how that lead us to the straight fort?
Yes.
This is silly. So you will say now to me, this is a different way of recitation. This is totally different word. If I ask you right now, when Allah He says, I am going to...
I want him to land on that very point he was making before I explain how it is and how it's supposed to be. What he was saying is pure rubbish. Pure rubbish. There is no other versions of the Quran. All this warish and all that, they are all fake. They are being made by the Christians. I've explained things on this program. When Atuntash was trying to display 31 versions of the Quran, and he mentioned country that you can find them, all this Quran are with the Christians. The only Quran, we have just one Quran. Even during the time of Prophet Muhammad, because the compilation was done during his time. The compilation of the Quran was done during the time of Muhammad. You know, initially, I was also taught that we have different versions of reading. And this and the no, rubbish. No. Reading the Quran does not change its meaning. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Anywhere the tone you might use is the same. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. The same Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Straight path. Guide us on the straight path. That's the meaning. So Arush and all the versions are not Quran. They are not. You know, I've explained that anyway. You can check one of my video versions of the Quran. There's a video on it about 3 hours. I think part 1 and 2 or so. You can check my YouTube. Check USTZJAMIU/versions of the Quran. It is exclusively explained in that video. So I don't want to go back to that because there are a lot of issues here we need to discuss.
I am going to create fil ardi khalifa. Khalifa, caliphate. I'm going to create.
Yes.
Okay. And this is about Adam, right?
Yes.
In different reading, it is khaliqa. There's a huge difference between khaliqa and khalifa. Khalifa is somebody to inherit. Khaliqa is a creation. So this is not different reading. This is different words, have different meaning.
You can see what he was trying to point out. He was trying to compare the knowledge of the Bible, how it was written, and different problems that the Bible is having. Now, let me give you an example. This is Revised Standard Version, right? This is Revised Standard Version. And this is Good News Bible. Good News Bible. This is King James Version of the Bible. This is King James Version. Now, let me give you an example now. Now, want to check the 3 Bibles on one point. That was what he was trying to pass across. Equating the problem of the Bible that we also have the same thing with the Quran, which is not. We don't have such. We have only one Quran being compiled during the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There's no other thing, no other Quran, no version. We have no different version of the Quran, no different versions of the Quran. Oh wow, I needed let me have one. Read the Bible. It's in that box. See the Bible. Key. Now, I want to show you one thing now. Though I've discussed that anyway. But for you to know where Christian Prince is going, he knows quite all right because he's a Zionist. He's a Zionist. So he knows the problem of the Bible. So they now go ahead to print those Quran. You know, they have the money. So they are the one in charge of this Arush, Baghdad, all the versions. They went ahead in printing them. All the versions are not all over the world. There are some specific countries that are being used. I think we have some of them in Yemen and some parts, I think in Ethiopia, that all these Quran were being used. I think we can find them in just 4 countries or 5. Just 4 or 5 countries at present. It was being written and published by the Christians. Let me now point out what it means. Now, for example, now, King James Version. Let me use 1 or 2 examples. Who is Agai to Abraham? Agai. Who is he to Abraham? Is she a wife or a concubine? All of us knew what a wife is. A wife is a legally married lady. A concubine is not legally married. He's not married at all. and she cannot be presented as a wife. She's either a girlfriend or your mistress. Your wife can never be your girlfriend or your mistress. Now, who is Keturah to Abraham? Let's open our Bible to the book of Genesis, chapter 16, verse 3 and 4. Verse 3. Genesis chapter 3, chapter 16, verse 3 and 4. That's the Revised Standard. Now, let me read King James Version. King James Version said, and verse 3, Genesis chapter 16, verse 3. And Sarah, Abraham's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, after Abraham had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave to her husband Abraham to be his wife. To King James Version, Hagar is a legal wife to Abraham, according to King James Version. Let's see the Revised Standard Version.
So, after Abraham had dwelt 10 years in the lands of Canaan, Sarai, Abraham's wife, took Hagar, the Egyptian, her maid, and gave her to Abraham, her husband, as a wife.
You can see, the Revised Standard said a wife. King James said a wife. Let's go to the Good News Bible. If you have the Bible there, you can go along with me. Good News Bible. But verse 3 here says, so Hagar gave to him to be his concubine. Let me read from verse 2. I read. And so, let me read from verse 1. Abraham's wife had not born him any children.
But she had an Egyptian girl slave named
Hagar.
And so she said to Abraham, the Lord has kept me from having children. Why don't you sleep with my slave girl?
Sleep with my slave girl. Perhaps
she can have a child for you.
She can have a child for me.
Abraham agreed with what Sarah said.
Abraham agreed with the suggestion of Sarah. So she gave Hagar
to him,
to Abraham,
to
be his concubine. Now the question is Hagar a wife or a concubine? To Good News Bible, a concubine. To King James Version, a wife. Now, who is Hagar to Abraham? That was what the Christians are trying and are planning against Islam. That we should also have the same problem they are having. You get my point? They are applying the same problem they are having to us as well. Look at it. Khalifa. God, I'm going to place a vengeance on earth. In another version, God, I'm going to place an enemy on earth. No, is vengeance and enemy are the same thing? The same meaning? No. So they want us to have the same problem the Bible is having. That was the reason why they planned those things. So let me leave that. So we don't have two versions of the Quran. We have only one version. Just one. No, nothing. We don't even have version. We have just one Quran. Period. Let's continue.
So,
and sir, I would also like to, pardon me, but I would also like to ask one more question. That do you respect our Prophet Muhammad, peace be?
No, I don't. Do you respect?
Now look at the question. He said, let's leave that. Did you respect our Prophet Muhammad? What is response? I don't. Look at his excuses.
Me to respect him? He called me dog.
Why?
He called me filthy. He called me najis. He called me animal. He called me kuffar. He called me liar. He called me all names. And the top of that, he ordered you to attack me and kill me and take my wife. Why won't respect him?
Now, look at the allegation he alleged against Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Muhammad called him liar. He was referring to the Christian now. He referred to the Christian now. That he called him pagan, and he now ordered the Muslim to kill the Christian. Can you imagine that? Let's look for his claim. Let's see what he has to say here.
No, he didn't say it.
Okay, let's go. Chapter 9, verse 29. Read.
The man said, no, he did not say that. No, he did not do what? Say that. He now quoted Quran chapter 9, verse 29. I said the knowledge of Christian prince, he was trained for this. The whole wide world knew that the Quran is not from Muhammad. And Muhammad has never spoken in the Quran. They knew that we have hadith. That is the saying of the Muhammad. And the Quran, the sayings of Allah. How could Christian prince, though I know him quite all right, that he was trained for that, to lie against Muhammad and to lie against the Muslim and the Quran? Look at what he did. Muhammad ordered you to kill me after calling me pagan and all sorts of names. He now quoted Quran chapter 9, verse 29. Let's see. I will read the Quran 29.
For me.
Can you read it?
Huh?
Can you read it for me?
Well, you go. I mean, you know, you are the Muslim, so read it.
Okay, I'll read it, but there are also rights of Christians written in the Quran. There are many rights.
There's what?
The man said he should read the verse he has quoted. He now said the man should read it. Let's continue.
There are many rights.
There's what?
There are many rights. Prophet, peace be upon him, even allowed the Christians to pray in the Masjid al-Nabawi.
Come on, this is all stories.
See, I told you, that Muslim that's questioning Christian prince is half-baked Muslim. Doesn't understand the Quran, not that. Though the same problem occurs with all these so-called scholars that refer Nazarene to be Christians. Nazarene were not, even Christian prince knows that. That Nazarene and Christian are not the same thing. Nazarene are the Israelites that followed Jesus when he was alive. Christians are those that came from Rome. They are Romans. They have nothing to do with the Israelites. So claiming, he said, the man quoted an hadith that Muhammad even allowed the Christians to pray in the mosque. Capital, no. What happened that day was that, according to history, Muhammad and the Nazarenes were discussing in the mosque, as we were being told. Now, it now got to a time for them to observe their worship, to worship their God. They now wanted to excuse themselves out of the mosque. Prophet Muhammad said, no, you want to worship your God, you can do it here. Let us go out for you. Now, if what I kept on asking that question, that those that are claiming that the meeting on that day were between Muhammad and the Christian, my question is there any time for Christians to pray? Specific time for them to pray in their Bible. For example, we have 5 times daily worship. Subui, Zuhr, Asri, Maghrib and Isha. We have time for each and every one of these worship. Subui is between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. Asri between 3:30 and 4, quarter after 4. Maghrib between 6:30 and 7. Ishai between 8 o'clock and 9, 10, 11. If truly it was the Christian that Muhammad were discussing on that very day, please, which of their prayers time comes in that very moment? Show me in the Bible. They lived in Rome. They are not all over the world. They are in just 7 countries. Because we have 7 churches before the advent of Muhammad. 7 churches. Rome, Corinthian, Ephesian, Colossian, Corinthian, Galatian, and there's another country, I think Philippian. So we have just 7 churches in the world. 500 years later, that churches now sprang up. Anglican, Methodist, Baptist, and all that. And there were no translation of the Bible before Muhammad came to the world. It was only in Greek. I've said that. It was only in Greek language. And it's only with the Pope. Just Sundays. Read and take it back. Now, what I was now saying now is that, okay, let me just...
This is all stories. You see, the Quran says, don't let the mushrikeen get closer from the Kaaba, for they are najis. And we are, according to you, mushrikeen.
Now, he was referring to Quran 9, verse 29. Let's read what is that verse.
Fight those.
Look at the commandment. Now, was it Muhammad that said fight those? Whom was he commanding? That's the question. Who said fight those? Was Muhammad commanding his disciples to fight those? No, that's a question. Because this very quotation is a defensive war. Every war in the Quran, every commandment that fight is a defensive war. Now look at what happened. Let me just share the story again for those that do not even know the story, that you have been deceived by the so-called Christian Prince David and all the rest. When Muhammad was in Makkah, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he was a pious man, very pious, righteous. All the Meccans believed in him. If you keep anything, Muhammad was like a bank. The most safest place to keep your property, your belongings is Muhammad. Why? Back then, before he was being called upon to be a prophet, they believed in him. They trusted him. That will never betray anybody. That was the trust they had in him. All the Meccans. The very day revelation came unto him, he called all the siblings, the Meccans, and said to them, before now, who am I to you? Everybody was just praising a righteous man, a pious man, this. You now question, have I ever lied to you? You know, then, Meccans were pagan. They worship idols virtually every day. Now said, if I should tell you one thing, will you believe me? They said, we knew you that you are not a liar, not a deceiver. Why do you have to doubt you? He now said, well, a revelation came unto me that we should stop all these idols. We should believe in one God, that's Allah. Most of those that are there that day get angry. Wow. You mean you kept us here by telling us to worship our idols? That was the genesis of his problem with the Meccans. Since that day, they've been after his life. They went to the extent of meeting his uncle, Abu Muttalib, that tell your nephew that if he did not stop this one god of a thing, we are going to assassinate him. Then they now went on. The man called Prophet Muhammad in and said, come. The makers are not happy with this claim of yours that we have only one God, unseen for that matter. Can you stop this? Even they even requested you to demand for anything from them. If you want to be a king of this Makkah, we are going to install you now. But you must stop it. Stop saying La ilaha illallah. Stop saying there is no other God but Allah. No, don't say that again. Muhammad now, according to history, is that what I'm saying is not in the Quran. According to history, Muhammad now said, if I should be in command of the sun, either to rise or not, or the moon, either to rise or not, that I'm in control to command the two, I will never stop what I'm talking about, what I'm saying. I will never stop proclaiming one God to all the Meccans and the whole world. The man now came out and said to meet his people, because he was also an idol worshipper. He now said to them, well, I've spoken with him, and this is his response. And I said, we're going to kill him. He said, no, you can't. You know I'm part of you. Whoever that wants to become a widow or lose his husband or his wife, he should attack him. Muhammad was under that protection before the demise of Khadija and this very man. When both of them die in the same year, then the persecution arises. They persecuted Muhammad and those that believed in him to the extent of not having anything to do with. They were sanctioned. They were sanctioned in the town. They cannot relate with anybody. No food to eat. They have the money, but they cannot transact anything with anybody. They have no transaction with any Meccans, because that's the law. That nobody will transact any business with the follower of Muhammad and Muhammad himself. After they have done that, they now felt that upon all the sanctions, they kept on multiplying. They now saw that as a threat unto them, unto the Meccans. They now declare war against them. That anywhere his follower is met, even Muhammad should be killed. They now waged a strong war against the Muslims back then, to the extent that Muhammad had to flee, run for his life from Mecca to Medina. He did not fight back. Christian priests knew this very story I'm talking about. He knew it. But we never say it out. The genesis of the persecution. Who felt persecute? Was it Muhammad or the Meccans? Of course, the Meccans. They now ran for their life from Mecca to Medina. When they got to Medina, they were warmly welcomed by the Medinans. The Jews and the Nazarene lived in Medina. He was warmly welcomed among them. The Mecca now deemed it fit that if you should allow this guy and his people, that's Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and his people, to live in that Medina, they will reinforce. They now wanted to go and wage war with them in Medina. When they made up their mind of waging war with Muhammad, that was when the first commandment, the first revelation to defend themselves came to Muhammad. Muhammad will never do anything there has no command on. He will never say anything of his own in the Quran. No. Look at the first commandment and look at how it was being made unto Muhammad. Quran chapter 2 verse 190 and 191. Surah Al-Baqarah. Quran 2 verse 190 and 191. Quran chapter 2. Look at the statements now. You can see Christian please now go ahead in reading Quran 9 verse 29, knowing fully well that was not the Genesis. Because by quoting Quran 2 verse 9:29, people thought, see them, they ordered them to kill us. No. That's a fallacy. Now, the order is fight
in the cause of Allah.
In the cause of Allah.
Those who
fight with you. You can see.
And
that's a defensive war. And all the wars in the Bible are not defensive. All the wars in the Bible are not defensive war. They are not. Can I give you one example? Look at the book of Numbers. Numbers 31. Numbers 21, verse 1 to 3. Yeah. And to verse 17, 18.
The Lord said to Moses.
Look at what the Lord said to Moses. And you compare this commandment. Fight those that fight against you. I'm only comparing. Fight those that fight against you in the cause of Allah. He now said, but do not transgress the limits. Do not transgress the limit. He even gave us a limitation to which you can even fight them. They were the one that came with issues. God now said, no, you must not exceed the limits. For example, now, back then there was no pistol, no gun, nothing. They only fight with arrows or cutlass or sword. Sword. Those are the two things they fight with. Sword or arrow. If they should come with arrow, you must get arrow. If they should come with sword, you must get a sword. If they come with common stick, get a stick. Not that they will come with stick and you now get arrow and fight them. No, you are exceeding the limits. Look at the commandment of Allah. We didn't invite them to fight us. For God to have given us that limitation again. He limited us. That do not exceed the limits. Why? Because he knew we are Muslims. He knew that those that are coming to fight us were just ignorance. We knew what we are doing, but they didn't know what they are doing. They thought they are defending their faith, not knowing that they are just fighting for just no cause. With their ignorance. That's why God said, do not exceed the limits. Because they don't know. That's just the issue. Look at the commandment of God unto Moses. If truly Christian Prince is a Christian, he should believe in this. He should believe in this. Look at what happened. Number 31 from verse 1 to 3 and 17, 18.
The Lord said to Moses.
The Lord said unto Moses.
Avenge the
that's a commandment
of Israel on the Midianites.
Can you imagine? God said, avenge. Take a revenge. There is nowhere in the Quran Allah ever commanded man to take a revenge on anybody. What God even said, tooth for tooth. But if you can forgo, it's better for you. Forgive and forget. No revengeance in the Quran. Forgiveness is recommended, not revengeance. How can I compare what God commanded Muhammad to that of what God commanded Moses? To take a revenge on the war being fought about 400 years ago. On the war of 300 years ago. Moses will now come back to avenge. La ilaha illallah. Then afterwards
you shall be gathered to your people.
You shall be gathered after taking that revenge. We will now gather you back to your people. Now, how would they take that revenge on them? Look at the revenge on them. Verse 17. Genesis 31, verse 17 and 18 now. Now. Therefore,
kill every male among the little
look
ones.
At how the revenge goes. Was that the same way the Canaanites or the Edomites did to the Israelites? If they did that to them, would there be any Israelites in the world again? No, compare it now. Just compare and contrast. Just compare the two. Now, it says, continue. I don't know if the caller is a Christian or something.
Now,
if you are a Christian, you can call him back. Now.
Therefore, kill every male among the little ones.
Kill every male. Kill every male among the little ones.
And kill every woman who has known by lying with him.
Now, kill every woman who has ever had sexual intercourse. Who has had any sexual intercourse with a man. Kill every little young child. You know, in Islam, if you are fighting a defensive war, we are not allowed to kill children. We are not allowed to kill young children if he has not come to attack anybody. Even the aged men and women, if they are not to attack you, if they are not out to attack you, you are not to attack them in any way. You attack those that attack you. But in this very Bible, he said, kill every young little children. Are the little children fighting the Israelites? Have they ever fought with them? Why should they be at the why should the little one be the one to be killed for the sin committed by their fathers? Why? For you to know that Quran commandment is from that of the Bible. If you don't know. He now said, kill every male, the little ones, and that of a woman that has had sexual intercourse with any man.
But
he now said, but
all the young girls
who
have not known
man by lying, by having sexual intercourse, the virgins, keep them alive for yourselves. Look at the commandment of God unto the Israelites according to the Bible. Let me pick this call. I don't know who is calling. Hello. Engineer, let me have the audio. Hello. No, it's not from here. Engineer, it's not from here. It's not from here now. Please, just hold on.
What's not from here?
Let me have the voice. Yeah, he's there now. What's on it? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Volume, please. Hello, I can hear you. Engineer, volume.
Can you hear me now?
Volume it.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Who is calling from where?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yeah, Harmony.
Pardon?
Harmony, Harmony.
Harmony.
Yeah,
From where?
from Finland.
From England?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you are making comments as regards your teachings with your debate with Christian Prince, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, initially you started with like most of the things that the man is not a Christian. First, that's a lie. Christian Prince is a Christian. And number two is
hello, sir, excuse me. Do you know him?
Yeah.
Do you know him?
You don't need to ask me that. I'm just telling you that he's a Christian, and that's
but you don't know him. Why? What? You don't know him.
You are the one that you don't know him. I know him.
Okay.
So don't say he's not a Christian. He is a Christian.
Okay. Which church does he attend?
So your forget about all that. Let's go straight to the debate. Don't.
He's not a Christian.
He's a Christian. You are not the one to determine
that's not even the topic.
Christian and who is not. Let's leave that aside.
Okay.
He's a Christian. You are not the one who can decide who a Christian is and who a Christian is not. So he's a Christian. All right. Number two is that in one of your recent videos, you denied most of the hadith that he gave, which are all from Sahih Bukhari and they are authentic hadith. Are you denying any of your hadith?
Are you the one to tell me which is authentic or not? Now,
no, I'm not the one to tell you, but
hello. Let me ask you one thing.
I'm listening.
Quran is the most authentic, no doubt.
Okay.
Any hadith,
yeah,
either Bukhari or Muslim, can be checked. Any hadith that contradict the Quran is not authentic.
Okay, how many times do you pray in a day? How many times do you pray in a day?
Pray or worship?
Pray. How many times are Muslims supposed to pray?
Are supposed to worship. You can pray anytime.
I'm saying pray. How many times are you supposed to pray?
We can pray anytime. But to worship
it's not you can pray anytime.
Muslim can pray
to
anytime.
Worship is what?
To worship is 5 times daily.
So how many times do they pray in a day?
We can pray anytime, unlimited time. But to worship is 5 times.
Okay, what's the difference between praying and worship?
Thank you. Prayer is request. God, I need money. God, I need, that is prayer. Worship is not prayer. It's an obligation on every Muslim. Prayer is not an obligation. I mean, not to pray. It's not compulsory. But to worship is an obligation on me, on every Muslim to do. 5 times a day. Hello? Wow. Hello?
Yeah, Francis. Sorry, the network went off. I don't know what happened.
Okay, I don't know. No, I said...
No, you said worship and prayer. Okay.
Are not the same thing.
Okay, prayer, you said they are not the same thing.
Prayer is a request.
Okay.
Christian praise. Even the others have praise. They requested their what's it called? Their request from God. I need money. That's a prayer. God, answer my prayer. Yeah. God, that's a prayer. But worship is an obligation that every
Okay, what is the meaning of salah?
Salah means worship.
Salah is worship.
Yes.
So how many times are you supposed to do salah in a day?
5 times daily.
Okay, where can we find that in the Quran?
Of course, it's there in the Quran. Oh, it's a pity I didn't prepare for that.
Show me.
Oh, I didn't prepare for that. That's not the topic of today.
No, I know that's not the topic because you are saying that it's 5 times. There is no mention. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There is no mention of you making that whatever you call worship 5 times a day.
Of course, it's in the Quran.
It's not in the Quran.
I said it's there. Call me next week. I'll show you the 5 times they pray in the Quran.
Okay. Let's forget about the number of times. Let's forget the number of. Okay, let's forget the number of times in the Quran.
And now just note it.
Okay, it's not okay. You said you will show me the number of 5 times in the Quran, right?
I'll show it to you.
Okay. So some of the claims again, because the only part that you and Mr. Christian Prince ended was he said, where did the where did the angel, when he met Muhammad why didn't the angel say Assalamu alaikum to Muhammad? Why didn't? That was what the only place. Then we were asking him, like, what is his religion and all those questions and everything. You guys never, and you wanted to know if he's a Christian or not. Those are not the questions that they asked you. I listened to the debate, yes?
I know. He later blocked me.
No, he didn't block you.
He blocked me.
No, he didn't.
I'm an admin. Video, and I later blocked him. He blocked me.
Okay.
Go and ask Mr. Ola that connected us that very day.
Okay.
He blocked me. That's why I blocked him back. Because I requested a question from him, he didn't answer me. And it was like abusing, raining curses on me. And calling me potato.
No, he didn't insult you. He didn't rain curses. He was only saying he was. No, he did not.
What is potato?
I'm not trying to defend him.
What is potato?
All right?
But he called me potato.
What is what?
Do you hear him calling me
potato? Is just potato now. What does potato mean? Potato is just normal potato. So it's not an insult.
Am I potato or human being?
Your potato is just normal. I'm not sure he called you potato, but I just...
Go and watch the video now. He called me potato.
Okay.
He called me potato. And he blocked me.
Well, I don't really think that telling a name like potato is like...
I now called Mr. Ola that why does he have to block me? He said I shouldn't be worried that he will unblock me now.
But anyway, the claim that you are making at this moment is not like Quran and your religion is really the truth in any way. It is not. You try to deny most of the things. Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
No, I said harmony is not Francis.
I didn't get you.
I said harmony, not Francis.
Okay, harmony. But I saw on my true caller said Francis, Finland.
No, it's harmony. I don't know what that one's showing there.
Okay, it's showing Francis, Finland anyway. Now, you said my religion is not what?
No, what I'm saying is, what you're actually saying is like you're denying most of the claims that in their deal, like anything that is not contradictory to the Quran is false.
And now because
is that what you're saying?
Hello. Let me enlighten you on one thing. You see, Quran is the most authentic book of God revealed to Muhammad. Okay. Now, if anything, Muhammad said that is not correct with that Quran, it's not Muhammad. Because Allah said, cannot say anything on his own.
So how come you guys can take a particular thing from a book called Sahih and then you can deny another one from the same book called Sahih? Are you not supposed to reject everything?
Let me enlighten you on that. You see, the writer of that book has never called it Sahih. It was those that came later that added Sahih to that book.
So who wrote it? Who is the Sahih? Then that means what you're saying now is that somebody did something that is not supposed to be there. So why are you guys still using it?
Yes, now that's how it is. That's just the logic.
So what is the authentic? Okay, that means the thing is not authentic.
Hello. Example now. For example now. Okay. There was nowhere in the Quran an adulterer were made to stone to death in the Quran. Nowhere in the Quran. If you come in for
like the practice of stoning, right?
The practice of stoning is not in the Quran.
Okay.
But it can be found in that hadith. So that has negated the Quranic conjunction. It's not part of the Quran, so it's a fraud. Stoning is a fraud to the Muslims. It's a fraud.
Okay.
So that's why you cannot allow people to be stoned because it's not part of the Quran.
Okay, can I ask you one question? Okay. One very important question.
Okay.
The verses of muta.
Yeah. There's no verse of muta in the Quran.
Practice muta.
It's not in the Quran.
Yes, it is there. It is there.
Okay, show me.
Do you want me to open it?
Open it now.
Now you want me to show it. Surah chapter number 424.
Quran chapter what?
424.
Quran chapter 4.
Muta marriage. Yes. Let me verify it very well.
Okay, you better do.
Hold on, I'll try to get the verse.
Okay.
it still practiced? If you say there is no muta in it, is it still practiced till today?
I said there's no commandment of muta in the Quran, period. Anyone can practice
maybe
it.
Probably by next week, so that I can give you, so you can, people can also call you. But next week, like you said you're giving me those verses.
Yeah.
Then I'll get the verses for those muta next week.
No problem.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Take care.
Okay now. Now, let's continue with our discussion on Christian Prince claim. For you to know that what Christian Prince is saying is not right. And that's why I said, that's why I was asking the caller, that do you know him? Which church does he attend? If truly he was a Christian, or is a Christian, which church does he attend? At least he lives in Indonesia. What is his real name? Christian Prince is not a name. It's not a name. Was he given Christian Prince when he was being given birth to by his parents? And why is he hiding? Why? Let's continue before the caller calls in.
So don't give me those speeches. Those speeches will go to somebody.
Yeah, I was discussing and explaining Quran chapter 2 war. You can't difference between a defensive war and offensive war. The war in the Bible are offensive war. I think I'm going to make it as a topic. Wars in the Bible. Or compare the wars. All the wars in the Bible are offensive war. To attack, to take revenge, to avenge, to revenge, to avenge. But in the Quran, there is no war in the Quran that are offensive. No war in the Quran. All these war are defensive war. I've proved it to you. Let's continue with that Quran chapter 2, verse 191 and 190, 191. Continue.
Fight in the cause of Allah those who fight you.
Those who fight you.
But do not transgress the limit.
And do not transgress the limit.
For Allah loves not.
For Allah loves not these transgressors.
And
191.
You
see,
them.
That is war. Kill them whenever you meet them. That is war. Continue.
And turn them out from where they have turned you out.
Turn them. They sent you out. Send them out too. That's teeth for teeth. Tooth for tooth. Eye for eye. Continue.
For persecution is worse than slaughter.
Yeah, continue.
But fight them not.
Now, look at the commandment. Fight them. If anybody is so smart, among the pagan, among your enemy, if they should escape to the mosque, to Kaaba,
at the sacred mosque,
don't fight them there. You can see the commandment. If they run into the mosque, don't fight them there. Unless
they fight you in there.
No, Allah Akbar. Look at Islam. La ilaha illallah. Look at Islam. If a Christian wage war against you Muslim, for example now, and during the war, the Christian now ran into the mosque, don't fight him. Just leave him alone. Unless he fought you back. If he fights back, then fight him. Look at the commandment. You mean if anybody, if we have a religious war now, God forbid anyway, that a Muslim of myself now ran into the church, wouldn't I be killed? Immediately, thank God, he ran onto us. But Islam, we don't do that. We don't do that. That's why I told you when Muhammad gained the power from Medina, came into Mecca with 10,000 saints, warriors. At the entrance of Mecca's gate, Prophet ﷺ said, if any of you, he made an announcement at the gate, but if any of you today should run into the sacred mosque, we will not fight him. If anyone run to Abu Sufyan, the head of the pagan in Mecca will not fight him. And he came in. He came to the street. No, some people to the mosque, some people to Abu Sufyan's house. What was he trying to do there was to know the Muslim among the Meccans when he left. That is there some Muslims that lived quietly and not showing himself as a Muslim when we left. Then he finds some in the mosque, in the Kaaba, and most of them in Abu Sufyan's house. Those are the pagan. That is Islam for you. I told you all the Boko Harams, all the terrorists in the world, they are not Muslims. I've been saying this for so long. Boko Harams are terrorists. They are not Muslims. Al-Shabaab, ISIS, they are not, even Al-Qaeda, they are not Muslims. They are terrorists. They are terrorizing the whole world. They are terrorizing the whole wide world. And this lady said, this woman said, this Bill Clinton's wife, he said, we create Al-Qaeda, the Americans. When Obama was on the throne, he said, we created ISIS. So they are not Muslims. They are not Muslims. They are warriors. They are all warriors from the Arabian peninsulas. They are not Muslims. You should know that. Because if anybody think was a Muslim, how wouldn't he follow the injunction of the Quran? For example, let me enlighten this Mr. Finland. He said, hadith cannot be we cannot forgo hadith. I say yes. But if we can forgo any hadith that contradict the Quran. For example, in the hadith of Sahih Bukhari, it states that if anybody leaves Islam, should be killed. The Prophet Muhammad said, if anybody deserted this religion, he should be killed. And Muhammad can never make those statements in his life. He didn't. He never made it. Because Quran rightly said in Quran chapter 4, I think verse 137. 4. For you to know that not everything in the Sahih Bukhari is Sahih. I'll be 136 or something. Or 145. I think 145.
The hypocrites will be in the lowest.
No. And now.
Those.
One forward.
134, 137.
Quran, I said 137 now. Quran chapter 4, verse 137.
Those.
I quoted Sahih Bukhari that they said, Muhammad said, anybody that leaves Islam should be killed. Is that not? In Sahih Bukhari, that anybody that leaves Islam should be killed. But the Quran, the only authentic book on earth, says,
those who believe,
who are Muslims,
then reject faith,
and become kafir,
then believe again,
believes in and became a Muslim again,
and then reject faith,
become a pagan again,
and go on increasing,
in your unbeliefs.
Allah will not forgive them.
Allah will not forgive them
or guide them on the way.
Now, look at the hadith. The hadith said, if anyone leaves, they should be killed. But the Quran said, if they should go out of Islam, they can also come back. Hadith we follow the hadith, he should be killed. Look at the Quran injunction. Look at the hadith. So, hadiths are not reliable to some extent. We have some Sahih hadith in Bukhari, in Muslim. And we also have the fabricated one in that book. They don't know Sahih. Everything they are not Sahih. On and on like that. Let's continue with Quran chapter 2, verse 191.
Now,
said, fight not at the sacred mosque, unless they fight thee.
But if they fight you, slay them.
Fight them back.
Such is the reward
of those who reject faith.
But if they cease.
But look at Allah Akbar. Islam is the way. Islam is the way, the truth, and the life, whosoever practicing shall never fail. Islam is the way, the truth, and the life, whosoever practicing shall never fail. That's just it. God said, if the pagan should desist from the war, if they kiss the war,
Allah is oft forgiving,
just forget, don't fight them again. Allah Akbar. Because you see, the Christians are not opportune to read the Quran. That's why they listen to propagandas by the Zionists against Islam, by the Christians against Islam. They are not opportune to read the Quran. Go and read the Quran on your own. Stop listening to liars like Christian Prince and others. Get a copy of the Quran and read. A lady said to me, because there's no, all the Quran is in Arabic. No, I'm reading an English Quran. At least we have translation of the Quran into about 1,000 languages. We have Igbo, we have Hausa, we have Hindu Quran. We have translation in every language of the world. This is English. We have Yoruba, we have Igbo, we have Hausa, we have Tif, we have Ibibio. We have all the languages in every languages of the world. Go and get a copy and read on your own. It's not a must. You must read it in Arabic. It's not a must. It's not a must. For reading's sake, it's not a must. For understanding, it's not a must. You can read the Quran in any language of your choice. The point should be, do you understand what you are reading? Do you understand the message in there? So, Kizemi now quoted an ayah that follows all these ones, because the war still continues. God now said to the Muslims, Quran chapter 9 verse 29, where he quoted Quran 9:29. That's the verse he quoted for that nominal Muslims.
Fight those,
God said, fight those
who believe not in Allah,
nor
the last day,
nor
that forbidden which has been forbidden by Allah.
They practice what Allah has forbidden,
and his messenger,
nor
acknowledge the religion of the truth.
Or they don't want to allow Islam as a religion. They don't acknowledge
from among the people of the book until they pay the jizya.
From among the Yehudis and the Nazarenes in Medina.
Until
you know, they also wage war against Muhammad in Medina. A lot of wars were waged against him. So this thing, practice your faith as you wanted it to be, and let me be, so that you can live in peace. Preach your own as you understand it. Let me preach as I understand it as well. So those I shouldn't talk, or I shouldn't make any comment of mine. So that's what I'm talking about. Let's continue with Christian's Prince issue.
Spiritual no, to somebody. What do you mean no, sir?
No.
Are we mushrikeen or not? Are we mushrikeen as a Christian? Are we mushrikeen according to Islam or not?
No, respected brother. You are not mushrikeen. You are Ahle Kitab according to us, and we can even marry you.
Okay,
you can see what he said. Christian was trying to, because he knew that the Muslim man has nothing. He knows next or nothing. He didn't understand the Quran. Christian was asking him, are we mushrikeen? Are we a believer? He said, no, you are Ahlul Kitab. Can you imagine that? Are the Christians Ahlul Kitab? No. You see, even all the so-called Islamic scholars are making the same mistake. If I even blame Yusuf Ali to some extent in his translation of the Quran to English language. Whenever Ahlul Kitab is being mentioned, people of the book, he will put in bracket Jews and the Christians. No! Jews and Nazarene. Jews and Nazarene. Christians are unbeliever. They are pagan. Anyone that believes Jesus is Lord is a pagan. They are not Ahlul Kitab. Though among the Ahlul Kitab also they are pagan. They are pagan among the Ahlul Kitab. But Christians are not Ahlul Kitab at all. They are pure pagan from A to Z. Why? Quran chapter 5 verse 72. Quran 5 verse 72. Look at what Allah said to Muhammad. Allah said, certainly they disbelieve. Certainly, for surety, they are pagan. Who say Allah is Christ, the Son of Mary. Anybody that says Jesus is Lord or Jesus is God, they are pagan. So what are the claims of the Christians of today? Even then, again, some people say Christians of then are different from today. Liar. They are the same thing from day one up to this moment. They believe in the same Bible. Christians of then, before Muhammad, were Roman Catholic all through. Before Protestants came after Muhammad. I don't know. Let me pick this call. I don't know if. Hello, sir.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam.
Yeah. Are you still on the program?
Yeah, on the program, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where we are wasting our time discussing this issue. I think that voice this you are listening to, I think it's between a Christian prince and that guy who said he was an imam and then converted to Christianity because Jesus Christ was mentioned 40 times in the Quran.
Okay, that's what's his name?
Yeah, I think you did it.
I did a video. Yeah. It's even on YouTube.
Yeah, so this discussion is between the two of them. If you listen to that guy's voice properly, this is just a rules between it's not a discussion between a Christian priest and a Muslim.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was not a Muslim. It's just a discussion between Christian prince and that guy who said he converted to Christianity. So it's not as if you know Quran partially. This is just a disguise.
At times some Muslims do call Christian prince as well. I've listened to some of his videos.
I know, but that guy he was talking to, that guy was not a Muslim. That guy is a Christian.
No, he might not even understand Islam, but he claims to be a Muslim anyway.
It's not a Muslim. Let's just waste our time.
Okay. Because somebody sent this video to me, and he wanted me to explain in details what Christian Prince discovered with that guy. So that was why I downloaded it and played it and explained some claims he made that is not even right about Islam. Okay, sir, no problem.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay. Now, we've seen clearly that anyone that believes that Jesus is Lord were pagan. They are unbeliever. According to Quranic injunction, it's not my own saying. The Quran said, certainly they disbelieve those who say God is Jesus, son of Mary. He now said, look at our Quran is so perfect. Allah Akbar. He now said, but Jesus himself said, oh, children of Israel, worship Allah, my Lord, and your Lord. Whoever joins other gods with Allah, he said to the Israelites, and it's there in the Bible as well. It's there.
Allah will forbid him the garden.
Whoever associates anything with God, he will not enter paradise. He will never gain paradise.
And the fire will be his abode.
And hellfire will be his place to live.
For their wrongdoers, no.
They are wrongdoers, and there will be no help for them. So, what are we saying? What are we saying? Look at verse 73 as well. 73.
Now, they disbelieve.
Look at this. Look at it. Allah said they are pagan. Who says?
Allah is one of three.
We have three God in one. God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost of Spirit. You are a pagan.
But
how can Allah, that says in the Quran, will now consider the Christian to be Ahlul Kitab? Where? It's not possible.
But there is no
pagan.
God except one God.
There is no God except one. Claimed by Jesus, claimed by Moses, and every prophet of God. No three God in one when God was alive. No God the Father, no God the Son, no God the Holy Spirit. It's only one God. Read the Bible. Mark chapter 12, verse 30. He said, the Lord our God is only one Lord. The Lord our God. Jesus included himself. He said, the Lord our God is only one Lord. So how can Jesus be Lord? How can Jesus be God? You can see. Allah Akbar. Let's continue.
Okay, my friend, what's your name?
No, sir, I cannot tell you my name.
Give me a name. Give me a name to call you with. What's your name? Give me a name. Give me a name.
Human.
Your name is a human. No problem. That's a good name, actually.
You can see, okay.
Yeah, your prophet, you don't deserve it.
Look at that. He wanted to know the guy's name. The guy now said, no. You know, he emphasized, give me your name. He wanted to know his name so that I can make jest of him. He wanted to know his name. He can make jest of him. He now said, no, don't worry. Give me your name. No, don't worry. He now said, I am human being. Because you are a Christian prince. Nobody knows your name. Why you not intend to know his name as well? When nobody even know your own personal name. But you are interested in knowing another person's name. Is that hypocrisy? Let's continue.
Your prophet, you don't deserve it. Anyway, listen to this. You just said that the Quran does not call us mushrikeen, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So now if I show you that the Quran says so, what you would do?
I would do research on it, and I would ask different scholars of Islam about this.
No. So when you say to me something, are you saying it because you are sure, or you are just making things up?
No, sir. I am sure about them, but I am just raising the point that there is contextual. There is context of saying something.
Oh, context. Come on, context. What context? The story is there. It says, those who say that Jesus is God, he is Allah, they are mushrikeen. Chapter 5, verse number 17.
He confirmed it.
What shirk mean? What shirk mean? Refresh my memory. What the word mushrikeen mean?
Those who do shirk.
What does that mean?
Who associate partners with God.
Okay, we believe that Jesus is God, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that make us mushrikeen or not?
Yes, according to this definition.
Thank you. So you speak with my respect to you with ignorance, confirming your ignorance, and you claim that you are a Muslim. Obviously, you are not. You don't have knowledge. Same time, your prophet, he says, وَإِنَّمَا الْمُشْرِكُونَ نَجِسٌ. Those who they are mushrikeen, they are filthy. So don't let them enter the holy ground. In the same time,
sir, if this is the point, I would like to quote a verse from the Holy Quran, and that verse is in the Surah Araf, and it is written that if anyone is a Muslim or a Christian or a Jew, but he does good deeds, so he will enter the paradise. It is written in Surah Araf.
Now, friend, this is when your prophet was without army.
Now, I told you, this scholar is just a nominal Muslim, though it's not his fault anyway. That was the interpretation even the great scholars we refer to term this ayah to be. He was quoting Quran chapter 2 verse 62. The man was quoting Quran 2 verse 62. He was confused that how can Quran refer Christian to be pagan? Look at it. Quran 262.
Who believe in the Quran?
Those who believed.
And those who follow the Jewish scripture.
All those ones are not even, they are in brackets. Yeah. Those who believe in Allah.
And those who follow the Jewish.
You can see.
And the Christians.
Can you imagine? And the Christians. And the Sabians. Can you imagine?
Who believe in Allah and the last day. And work righteousness shall have their rewards with their Lord.
This is the most confusing part of most of the Islamic scholars. They refer this very place to be Christian. Can you imagine that? Let me pick this call. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm coming from Lagos.
What's your name?
Ade.
Ade?
Yes.
Okay, no problem.
Are you on air?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to ask you one question.
Okay.
What evidence do you have that Quran is from God?
Pardon?
What evidence do you have that the Quran is from God?
What evidence do I have? Okay, let me show you my evidence. Quran chapter 16. I'll give you two evidence.
No, your evidence cannot come from the Quran.
Where will it come from? From history.
It can come from anywhere.
No, it cannot come from anywhere. Quran testifies to itself. The Bible cannot testify to itself. So don't put the knowledge of the Bible to the Quran. The Quran said this book is from God, period. So you mean I should go to history that somebody said Quran is from God? Who is that person?
Now, let me ask you something. You don't get what I'm asking. Me too, I can write a book and put inside the book that this book is from God.
Okay, now fine. Yes. You are correct. But in this Quran, there's a verse. I'm coming.
That's not a proof.
I'm coming, sir. Mr. Ade. There's a verse in the Quran that challenges every one of us, even you. Quran chapter 4. Quran chapter 4. It challenges you.
That what?
Let's read.
If there's any contradiction,
let's just read. Quran chapter 4 verse 82. God said, do they not ponder on the Quran? The name was mentioned. Do they not ponder about this Quran? Adib is from other than Allah. They should have surely found discrepancies. That is
and there are so many discrepancies in the Quran.
Show me. It's a challenge.
Oh yeah. Let me start mentioning for you.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Who is the mother of Mary? Who is the father of Mary?
Father of Mary.
Yes. The mother of Jesus Christ.
Father of Mary.
Yes.
That's Imran.
That's a lie. Imran is not the father of Mary.
Who is father of Mary?
The father of Mary Mary, the mother of Jesus Christ.
Who is the father of Mary?
Go and find out. I will not tell you. That's number
no,
one. Number two.
You asked me a question. Quran has answered you. And you now said no. Okay, no, you have your opinion now.
Let me finish. I will tell you.
Tell me the father of Mary in your Bible.
Let me finish now. I will tell you when I finish.
Okay, you are not ready now. Okay, no problem.
I will tell you when I finish my question.
No problem.
Now, who is the father of Aaron in the Quran?
Father
of Aaron.
Which Aaron?
Aaron.
Which Aaron now?
How many Aaron do we have in the Quran?
We have a lot of Aaron because we have Aaron of Moses.
Oh, yeah,
we have Aaron. We have Aaron of the father of Mary's mother. We have Aaron. We have two Aaron. Which of the Aaron?
Aaron, the father of the two.
No, I cannot. No, you said which father of Aaron, not two.
Yes.
You asked one.
Aaron of Moses. Who is the father? Aaron of Moses.
Aaron of Moses. It's not mentioned in the Quran. You don't even know the Aaron you are even asking of. You don't even know the Aaron.
Well, the father of Aaron of Moses is Imran.
Is what?
Imran.
Where is it written in the Bible?
Aaron, the sister of.
Where is it written? Where can we confirm the story? Hello?
I said Aaron, the sister of the brother of.
Where is it written? Where can we confirm that?
I'm coming.
Okay, come.
Aaron is brother of Mary. Who is the father in the Quran?
I said, where can you confirm that? It's a question.
I'm asking, who is the father of Aaron?
It was not mentioned in the Quran.
The father of Aaron, the sister of the brother of Mary, was not mentioned in the Quran.
Yeah.
Go and read the Quran again.
You didn't give me your own evidence.
No.
You're only questioning me. When I give you the father, you say no. Then give me your own evidence.
Miriam, Moses, and Aaron. They are the children of Imran. And that Mary died 1,000 years before Miriam, the mother of Jesus Christ. So Allah made a mistake there. Go and check. Then I'll give an.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about. You don't know what
I'm talking about. Yes, I don't know. You don't know.
Go and check your
history. Now.
Go and check your history.
Okay, my history. Okay.
Go and check.
I'll go to history.
Go and check your history.
And we'll go to history. I'll go to history.
Let me do another contradiction.
Okay.
Who is the father of Abraham in your Quran?
No, you don't. See, Mr. Ade, do you understand the word discrepancies? Hello?
Who is the father of...
Hello, Mr. Ade. Do you understand the word discrepancies? Do you understand the word?
No,
Can I give you an example of the discrepancies? Let me give you an example of the discrepancies. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
Let me just give you one. Just one in your Bible. One. For you to know that you don't even understand what you're even asking me.
I'm telling you.
I'm coming now. Let me show you from your Bible now.
Then the Quran will not make mistake.
I'm coming. Let me show you from my Bible. The word discrepancies that the Quran refers to. Do you have a Bible there?
No, I don't have a Bible there.
Wow. What do we do now? Okay. Let's read the King James Version. Let's read. Open my Bible to. I want to show you the word discrepancies that the Quran is referring to. Open the book of 1 King. No, just read. The Bible is there now. This King James Version. I'm reading King James Version for you. Can open your phone and confirm what I'm reading. The word discrepancies.
I'm inside that matter. I don't like my place now. So I cannot even read anything.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Now let's go to the book of Genesis.
Read it, show me here.
Genesis chapter 25.
Okay.
Verse 1 and 2.
Okay.
The word discrepancies now.
Then,
the question is, who What's the answer to this? Then.
Then, then again, Abraham took a wife.
Abraham took another wife.
And
her name was Keturah. Abraham married another wife called Keturah. That's one. Go to 1 Chronicle, chapter 132. I'm not talking about who gave back to Keturah, who gave back to this. That's not an issue. The issue is, who is Keturah to Abraham? Verse 32. 1 Chronicle 132. Now
the sons of Keturah, Abraham's concubine.
Mr. Ade, is Keturah a wife or a concubine to Abraham?
Now, let me ask you a question. What is the definition of a wife and what is the definition of a concubine?
Thank you. I've defined it on this show. A wife is a legally married woman. Paid the bride price.
Legal that time.
Legally married. A concubine is a mistress, not legally married.
You can talk of
who is
legal
Keturah to Abraham? Pardon?
You cannot talk of legal during the time of Abraham.
You said what?
You cannot talk of legal during the time of Abraham.
What is the meaning of legal and illegal?
You can talk of legal now during the time of Abraham. There is no legality in something.
You mean
so
they don't marry? Okay. Why should the Bible put
now,
concubine and wife?
I will tell you now.
Okay.
If you marry a woman,
okay,
and you paid all the necessary requirements at the parents,
okay,
that's the wife.
Okay.
When you marry a woman without paying all the necessary requirements of the parents, that's a concubine, although it's your wife. Like Hagar now. Hagar.
Yeah.
The
Egyptian girl.
Yes. Is Abraham's wife.
Wife or concubine?
I'm coming. But she's also a concubine.
How can it be two at the same time?
Wait. Abraham did not pay bride price to the family of the girl.
No, he cannot pay bride price because it was a gift. It was a gift, and the wife gave her husband as a wife.
That's the wife is not the parents of the girl.
It doesn't. That's the guardian. He's a guardian. She's a guardian. No. She can marry her out.
No.
She can marry her out.
That's why she's also a concubine.
Okay. If that's okay, no, don't let us drag that. Okay.
Don't drag that.
I'm coming, sir.
That one is not a contradiction.
Okay, I know. Let's go to this and let's go to New Testament now. Go to Matthew chapter 20.
Yeah,
Matthew 20 from verse 20 to 23.
Oh, yeah. Read it.
All right. Then came to him the mother of Zebedee.
Look at the story. Came to Jesus the mother of Zebedee.
Mm-hmm. Then came to Jesus the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons.
With her sons. The mother brought her sons to Jesus. Continue.
Worshipping him and desiring a certain things from him.
Yes.
And he said unto her, What wilt thou? She said unto him, Grant that these my two sons may sit, the one on the right hand and the other on the left in thy kingdom. But Jesus answered and said, You know not what ye are asking. Are you able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of, and to be baptized with the baptism that I baptize with? Then say unto him, We are able. And he said unto them, You shall drink indeed of my cup, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with. But to sit on my right hand and on my left hand is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared.
Now, Mr. Ade, do you listen to that story?
It's what?
that the mother of Zebedee.
Yes, I've heard the story.
You heard the story. Now, their mother brought them to Jesus for a purpose. Now, I want to know your comment on this. Open Mark chapter 10, Mark.
Where did you read the
from
first
verse 35 to 37.
Where did you read the first one?
Mark 10, 35, 37.
Where did you read the first one?
Pardon?
Where did you read the first one?
Matthew chapter 20,
Matthew.
verse 20 to 23.
Oh yeah, go to read
Mark,
one.
Mark 10 from verse 35.
Verse 35 said, and James and John, the sons of Zebedee, come unto him, saying, Master, we would that thou shouldest do for us whatever we shall desire. And he said unto them, what will ye that I should do for you? They said unto him, grant unto us that we may sit on one on the right hand and the other on the left side in thy glory. But Jesus said unto them, you know what ye ask. Can ye drink of the cup that I drink of, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with? And they said unto him, we can. And Jesus said unto them, you shall indeed drink of the cup that I drink of, and with baptism that I baptize with, ye shall be baptized. But to sit on my right hand and on my left hand is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them for whom it is being prepared for.
So my question is, what's different from that? What's differences in that story?
Number one, the two stories are not telling you that it happens at the same time.
Okay.
It's not even referring to the same story.
Okay.
Because the story is different.
You mean their mother first brought them in Matthew?
It could be.
No, don't assume. Not it could be.
What I'm trying to tell you that those two stories.
Let me specific.
There's no where it says it's the same story that it's referring to.
But
so you are
they requested.
See, let me tell you something.
Okay.
The Gospel of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Okay.
If they are the same thing exactly, they have to be stupid for those who compare the Bible to repeat the same thing 4 times.
Okay. Now, I get you.
Let me say something to you about the Gospels. Now, it's like the plan of a house.
Okay.
If you take the plan of a house, the front view will be different from side view, will be different from back view, will be different from the plan. But it's still the same house.
Okay.
Now, just because the front view has windows and the back view and the side view have 4 windows, which there's no contradiction.
Okay. Okay, sir. No. Let me. I can see the Bible scholar. I'm coming, sir. Let me give you one more.
Let me finish now.
Okay.
You have to understand what is happening.
I understood.
What reference point?
I know.
Who's writing is writing for?
Okay. Let's move on. One more. Now, open the book of Matthew chapter 1 verse 16.
Read it out.
Matthew 1. You can take from verse 15, 16.
Read it out. I will explain it to you.
Okay, sir.
Read it out.
And Eliud begat Eleazar, and Eleazar begat Matthan, and Matthan begat Jacob. And Jacob begat Joseph, the husband of Mary.
Now,
of whom
Jacob begat who?
Jacob begat Joseph.
So Jacob is the father of Joseph, the husband of Mary. According to Matthew 1 verse 16.
Yes.
Now open the book of Luke, chapter 3 verse 23. I want to know the father of Joseph. Luke 3:23.
Said, and Jesus himself began to be about 30 years of age, being as was supposed the son of Joseph, which was the son of Eli.
Now, was Eli the father of Joseph or Jacob, Mr. Ade?
Now, which one did you read first?
Pardon?
Which one did you read first?
Matthew 1 verse 16.
Which one did you read second?
Luke 3:23.
Now, the Luke in Matthew. Are you hearing me?
I can't hear you.
Did they tell you? Let me ask you a question. If I say JAMIU,
Hello?
The father of so, so, so. And somebody else says, another of your name is the father of so, so, so. Is that contradiction there?
My question is, was Jacob the father of Joseph or Eli?
What I'm saying is this. The person who wrote Jacob is referring to the same person who is also bearing Eli.
Okay, you mean Jacob also bear Eli? Can you confirm that? Where can we find that?
You have just said it out now.
No. Luke said it was Eli that was the father of Jacob.
Hold on. If two names gives you the father of the same person.
Who was his father? Was he Eli or Jacob?
It's the same person.
Can you confirm that the Bible said Eli is also Jacob? Or any historical book?
Wait. You just said it yourself, huh? The two are the father of Jacob.
No, okay, Jacob, okay. You mean Joseph has two fathers?
Wait, that Jacob, let me ask you a question. That Jacob that they refer to as the father of Joseph, is this the same Jacob that gave birth, that becomes Israel? Is it the same Jacob?
Jacob is a normal name that people bears.
The same thing with Eli. This Eli that they are saying, there's another Eli.
Mr. Ade, you don't get my point. You mean Eli is the same thing as Jacob?
I said, see, my name now.
How do you substantiate that in the Bible?
You cannot substantiate it. The Bible has substantiated itself.
Okay, let's leave that again. People have gone. We've gone. Let me ask another question. Let's go for that. Don't worry. Now,
I want to ask question in Quran.
No, I just want to tell you the word discrepancies. I'm coming. Just one more. I know you are good in the Bible. You are good. Now, open the book of Mark chapter 15, verse 25. Mark 15, 25.
Read it out. I will explain it to you.
Mark 15, 25. Read King James alone, King James.
25.
Yeah, Mark 15.
And it was the third hour.
It was the third hour.
And they crucified him.
Don't say that one. Third hour and sixth hour. Don't say it.
Why?
One is measuring from the hour of the Passover, and one is measuring after the Passover. So forget that one.
I'm not the one that mentioned. It's the Bible. I'm quoting from the Bible.
That's what I'm telling you. If you go and read it in context.
Which context?
One is talking. Read everything completely. One is talking of the time based on Passover, and one is talking of the time after the Passover.
Let's read now. If truly what you are saying is right.
Yeah, read it.
Now, take it from verse Mark chapter 15, from verse 30.
No,
let's see.
Read the of chapter 15.
No, I will read the two. Either what you are saying is right, either before the Passover or after the Passover. Let's see.
Okay. Oh yeah, read it.
No, Mark chapter 15, from verse 20. Sorry, from verse 20. Let's hear the full story.
No.
Okay.
I want to tell him it's not Passover.
Okay.
And when they had mocked him, they took off his purple from him and put his own clothes on him.
Hold on. Go back. Go back. Don't start from that place. Go back.
Where?
You started from what? 20?
Yeah, from 20.
Yes, I started from 20.
No, go back. Start from 10.
10.
Okay.
All right. For he knew that the chief priest had delivered him for envy. But the chief priest moved the people that he should rather release Barabbas unto them. And Pilate answered and said again unto them, What will ye then that I shall do unto him, who ye call the King of the Jews? And they cried out, Crucify him. The Pilate said unto them, What evil hath he done? And they cried out the more exceedingly, Crucify him. And so Pilate, willing content the people, released Barabbas unto them, and delivered Jesus when he had scourged him to be crucified. And soldiers led him away into the hall called Praetorium, and they called together the whole band. And they clothed him with purple, and plaited a crown of thorns, and put it about his head, and began to salute him, Hail, King of the Jews. And they smote him on the head with a reed, and did spite upon him, and bowing their knees worshipped him. And when they had mocked him, they took off the purple from him, and put his own clothes on him, and led him out to crucify him. And they compelled one Simon, a Cyrenian, who passed by coming out of the country. The father of Alexander Rufus, who bare his cross. And they bring him into the place Golgotha, which is being interpreted the place of a skull. And they gave him to drink wine mingled with myrrh, but he received it not. And when they had crucified him, they parted his garment, casting lots upon them, what every man should take. And it was the third hour, and they crucified him.
Mm-hmm. Don't allow the story now.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, the second one.
Now, second one now is open the book of John, chapter 19. Let's take it from verse 10, as usual.
Now, verse 10.
Yeah,
John
from verse 10.
19.
From verse 10.
Then said Pilate unto him, Speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee, and have power to release thee? Jesus answered, Thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above. Therefore, he that delivered me unto thee had a greater sin. And from henceforth Pilate sought to release him. But the Jews cried out, saying, If thou let this man go, thou art not Caesar's friend. Whosoever maketh him a king speaketh against Caesar. When Pilate therefore heard that saying, he brought Jesus forth, and sat down in the judgment seat in a place that is called the pavement, but in the Hebrew, Gabbatha. And it was the preparation of the Passover, and about the 6th hour. And he said unto the Jews,
Hold on, stop.
And
did you hear Passover
the
there?
Preparation of the Passover. And
did you hear Passover there?
6th hour.
Did you hear Passover there?
And what does that mean?
Wait. Did you hear Passover?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, continue.
Continue. 6th hour.
And about the 6th hour. And he said unto the Jews, Behold your king. But they cried out, Away with him, crucify him. Pilate said unto them, Shall I crucify your king? The chief priest answered, We have no king but Caesar. Then deliver ye him therefore unto them to crucify. And they took Jesus and led him away. And he bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him.
Now, tell me the difference between that story.
That's what I'm telling you. I've already explained it to you.
You didn't.
One is
because
measuring from the Passover.
the same story we read.
That's what I'm telling you.
What the same thing we read here.
Timing from the time of Passover.
Okay, it happens twice.
No, the recording, the timing. Okay, if I tell you something now, and I say 2 o'clock, and I say 14 hours, are they not the same thing?
They are the same thing. You mean third hour and night hour are the same thing?
It depends on where you measure from. If I say 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which means I'm measuring from 12 noon.
Yes,
if
now.
I take 14 hours.
Yes.
I'm still taking from 12 noon.
Now, you now mean third
what
and night are the same thing. Even at that.
I said the person who wrote,
Mr. Ade.
Hold on.
Okay.
The person who wrote, I told you before I even read it, because I understand what happens there. You don't.
Okay.
That was why I draw your attention to that Passover. You see, the person who wrote that one 6 hours is taking his timing from the time of Passover. While the other one is not. So they are not using the same time reference.
Even Mr. Ade, at that, Mark said at the third hour he has been crucified.
And this one says from Passover. Didn't you read about it?
But he has been crucified already.
Oh God. Don't worry, we can never understand.
Okay. I can. Okay. I'm coming. Maybe I will understand this. Please open the book of First King. First King chapter 7, verse 26. If I understand this now, I don't understand. Okay, agree.
Wait, don't wait.
Just one verse left.
Wait. You have asked more than 4 now. Let me ask
you. No, I'm not asking more than 4 because I don't want to argue with you. I know people are watching us all over the world.
To explain it to.
But the one, I just want you to explain this one for me now. Then we'll close. Just one more.
Oh yeah, bring one more.
First King 7 verse 26.
You will now entertain from me.
Okay.
That agree?
First King chapter 7 verse 26. Me, I don't understand. You understand.
Wait, let's agree first.
Now,
let's agree first.
First King 7:26.
I will ask you questions.
First King 7:26.
Let's agree first. Let's agree. Let's come to an agreement. You will have this one.
I don't understand. Hello.
Wait, I said let's come to an agreement first.
Okay.
You will ask this one, and I will explain. After that, I will now come and ask you 4 from.
No problem.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and ask.
And it was an handbreadth thick.
Don't even go to that. It's a lot of I want him to say one thing. Open First King chapter 4:26. 4:26. 4:26. 4:26. 4:26.
Now. And Solomon had 40,000 stalls of horses for his chariots and 12,000 horsemen.
Which book are you reading?
I'm reading King James Version.
Which
First King chapter 4:26.
Of what?
Of King James Version.
Not King James Version. There's something like chapter 4. Which book?
First King. Chapter 4, verse 26.
Oh yeah, read it.
Read
you want to go to Chronicles. Oh yeah, read it first.
Read.
And Solomon.
Okay.
Read it.
And Solomon had 40,000 stores of horses.
40,000 what?
40,000
stores of horses.
Horses.
For his chariots. And 12,000
horsemen. According to First King chapter 4 verse 26. Now let's go to Second Chronicle chapter 9. Second Chronicle chapter 9:25.
I know you are going to Chronicles. Oh, yeah, read it.
And now, is it not your Bible?
No,
read it.
Read it. I will
verse 25.
9:25. Right?
Yeah.
And Solomon had 4,000 stalls for horses and chariots and 12,000 horsemen.
How many horses does Solomon add? 4,000 or 40,000?
Now, let me ask you a question first. The one you read in Chronicles and the one you read in First King, what's the time interval between them?
I said, is it 40,000 or 4,000?
Answer my question. So, if I have 40,000 horses today, and next year, if you need 40,000,
Mr. Ade,
what is the interval between the time when they did it?
Mr. Ade, I'm telling you.
Tell me the interval.
Let me just meet this girl. Hello, Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
That stupid guy, Ade, is a stupid
Sorry,
old man.
don't abuse him,
Don't
sir.
waste time. It's taking our time.
Okay.
People wants to call me. I'll be calling you. I call you now. It's an idiot. You don't know
Sorry,
nothing
sir.
about the Quran. They're all liars.
Can you imagine?
Principles division about you. I will tell you a tape. Christian priest that they were all following. They just visited him about 3 weeks ago by Sheikh Utma.
Okay.
Him, David Wood, and Sharma. Because they don't know. The guy
They
is not a
don't
Muslim.
know. Can you
He's a
imagine?
Zionist. And it's not a Christian. It's a Zionist because he don't even know Bible. He don't need the Bible. The guy asked him a question. Is Jesus God? Tell us where it is. He can't even answer. Asking them a foolish question. Let this guy go. The old men don't have no brain. They don't know nothing. But they're all liars.
It's even after
Don't
11
please,
anyway.
Sheikh, please, don't do print no more. It's from nowhere. All of those followers that they follow them, it's a stupid idiot because the guy told him, why you show yourself? Can't show yourself. Let's see you.
Can you imagine?
Please don't debate him no more. I've been calling since almost an hour ago. Don't debate him no more. We don't want him on the show.
Okay, sir.
Please don't debate. It's a waste of time. And all his followers. How many times to bring this guy to your show, Mr. Ade?
Can you
He said he
imagine?
lives in London. He don't know nothing. Give him a number. Let him call me. I will tell him that I know. Tell him if you know the pastor that used to preach from Oklahoma. I study under him. They don't know nothing. These stupid people, they come, they tell us Jesus is God. Tell me where Jesus is God. They ask Prince where Jesus said I'm God. He's causing Isaiah. When was the Isaiah come? And the same thing we Muslims make. Jesus, there's no Christianity during the time of prophet.
Of course.
They are Nasara.
Of course. Okay, sir. No
But
problem.
people are
Thank you.
doing that. They were using that. Christianity was before the Quran. No, not the Bible, the garbage that they
Bible,
give them.
okay.
Please
Bible.
don't debate this guy. No, please. Don't even make an explanation. He's a useless guy.
Okay, sir.
Just send it there.
Okay, sir. No problem.
Sham and Baby Wood. I watch them with Brother Usman all the time. The brother did his 6 Dawah. They run away and then they take the tape. Look at the time you debated him. If the foolish guy that called before, if he was here, he was changing your words.
Of course.
I have the tape here. He was changing everything because they don't watch him. They go any tape play with him. He takes the good side, his own side. That's what he does.
Okay, sir. Maybe what I'm going to do to him now, because he's calling, we are going to have a Skype debate. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, please don't debate any of them. They don't have the knowledge you have.
No, it's not for them.
It's
It's to enlighten the so-called Christian out there.
They
have made up their own mind anyway.
They already, those people that are going to go to Jannah, Allah already know them. And those people going to Jannah, Allah already know them. How many times we explain to them? How many times most of the Nigeria? If the God is going to change, Brother Ade, as Ade, it should be changed by now. But we are people of the Jannah. That's what I told all of them. Honor. Say good job. Inshallah, Mama Bain Soro.
Inshallah.
All right,
Okay,
inshallah.
sir. Now, Mr. Ade, you know what? Now, hello. I'm sorry. You know what? Can you come on Skype? Hello?
I don't have Skype.
Huh?
I don't have Skype.
Do you have you have a Skype? Don't you have an Android phone? And now you just download the Skype on it. It's an application.
Anyway, when the time comes for that, we shall do that. But let me just
no, because hello. People are angry that we are wasting their time, and they are using their data.
We have an agreement.
Let's come on Skype, please.
We have an agreement.
And I know, but you can hear the last caller what he was saying.
I don't hear the last caller.
So I don't want to offend anybody, even not you.
I was on phone.
So let's pick a date for a Skype discussion. So I'll pick a topic, then we'll discuss. People will call in to ask us questions. I think you have a point at your end, then let's pick that point and discuss it as a topic. It should not be a kind of question and answer between myself and you. You know what I'm saying? People are complaining that we are wasting their time.
No, we are not wasting their time.
No,
let me ask my own fault.
People say we are wasting their time now. They know the one watching us.
Okay. Let me ask one. If I'm not asking for it, let me ask you one.
Let's discuss one on one after the program.
So let me just ask you one.
We'll release everybody.
Don't run away. Let me ask you one.
I'm not running away.
Oh yeah, let me ask you only one.
Okay, just one.
Yeah. Now, Allah. Is Allah a spirit or a physical being?
Pardon?
Is Allah a spirit or a physical being?
A what?
Allah. Is he a spirit or a physical being?
He's a spirit. Is your God a spirit or physical being?
You said Allah is a spirit.
Yeah.
You don't know what to.
Thank you.
Go and check for Islamic scholars.
Thank you. You can see my father called that this guy knows next or nothing. Okay, what have I said that Olodoniye? Why is he abusing me? Can you imagine that? That's Christian for you. When my father said this guy is stupid, I'm cautioning my father that please take it easy. No, look at where he has ended it. Calling me Olodo. For what cause? And I've told him, he's the one calling now. I will not pick his call. I've told him to come on air. If you cannot come on air, nowhere. Mr. Ade, if you can't come on air, I'll not put in on phone.
Why did you cut me off?
Why do you have to call me Olodo? Have I ever abused you? Have I ever abused you? Why are you abusing me?
We made a statement that no Muslim scholar will agree with you.
Why are you abusing me? That's my question.
Come, you made a statement.
Let's talk after the program, please. Now, please don't be annoyed, my viewers. Don't be annoyed. That's Christian for you anyway. That's Christian for you. They are made to be so. If they don't have any point, even the Christian, I told you, he will abuse anybody. If you corner him to some extent, then he will rain abuse on you. That's it. So they'll tell you, look at him. Why do you have to be angry? Why won't I be angry? How would you be abusing me? For what cause? All the lies he has made here, at least the whole wide world will understand. And what I quoted, I was twisting the Bible. I didn't call him Ronaldo now. Do I abuse him? I said, okay, no problem. Let's see this again. Because I have my point. He has no point. So he has to abuse me. Okay, no problem. No, till we meet you on Saturday. Not on the show anyway. Not on this show. Not on this very show. Me, I'm going to. It's after 11 already. Last caller, hello.
Hello, Salam.
Sir Ismail.
Yeah, Ismail,
yeah.
Ustaz.
Amen. This is an English program. English.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, what really happened is that man does not watch of debating with.
At all.
He does not watch it because if you give him a room to debate with, he's going to cost you. He's going to cost the God. He's going to say all sorts of rubbish.
I'm telling you, you
give him a limit time to discuss with him and he starts abusing you.
No, I cannot debate with what he did. No, I can't.
No, because that is the way they are doing. That is what they learn from Christian Prince. If you look at the question he's asking you, he learned all those stupid acts from Christian Prince. So I believe this guy does not want of debating with. He has already shown us his lunatic effort.
Of course.
Because if somebody is not lunatic, if you are not derailed, you can't talk in a program that people are watching you and be saying that kind of utterance to somebody in the air. And if it is a Muslim that said that, they will say Muslims
they are terrorists. They are not accommodating.
Terrorists. They don't accommodate. They accommodate. Which Christian has ever done this kind of a program and he calls us to be asking a question Nobody can do that. In fact, Alhamdulillah that I'm a Muslim. And all the people watching today, we know that they need to be saying Alhamdulillah every day. Because we've already seen what is happening. We've already seen, he has telling us something in the Bible that they said there's no contradiction. And it's not saying somebody recorded it somewhere. It shows that Bible is not a word of God. It's a recorded from human being. He has already told us. So what are we going to listen to somebody that knows that the Bible is not a word of God? So what are we going to discuss? Everybody can say whatever they like. Jazakumullah khairan. May Allah be with you, with your household, and everybody that watched this program today. May Allah be with all of us. We really gained a lot today. Jazakumullah khairan.
Thank you. Can see, I didn't abuse him. All I was saying, I didn't make a word of abuse on him. It's not worth debating with. He just wastes my time. It was I only regret having him on my debates, as this King Solomon or something that wasted my time. I regretted meeting that man. I'm telling you, the so-called King Solomon. I wasted my time, my effort, my energy. I thought there's something to protect. So the thing that applies to this guy, I'll not waste my time on him. No. Who is this last caller? Hello?
Assalamu alaikum.
What's the answer like?
I want to talk to Ustazjamiu.
Yeah, who is calling from where?
From Odile.
Okay. What's your name?
Hello?
Hello, I'm on a show. Lower your... Okay. Lower your Facebook or something, or YouTube.
Okay.
Or you move away from there.
Okay. I've already moved away from there.
I can still hear the voice at the background.
But I want to talk about the Christian that is calling Ustaz now.
Okay.
Just give it to Ustaz.
Hello,
I'm hearing you.
Yeah. You are still with your phone there. I can hear the sound.
Okay. I'm
just lower it.
Okay. Hello?
I can still hear it.
I will know it now. Hello?
Hello. You are still listening to it.
No, I'm away with it now.
Okay.
I'm not with it. So, Ustaz, Almighty Allah will bless you.
Amen.
I'm really enjoying what you are teaching everybody.
Alhamdulillah.
Because that man that is causing you now.
Yeah.
The man, the Christian, they don't have any point.
Yeah.
They will only just to abuse. If it's just a thing it happened from us, we as a Muslim, they will call us terrorists.
Yeah.
Say, are you see?
Yeah.
So all the bad label that Muslim is not, they will be labeling us.
I know.
Which is not like that.
That's the logic.
That is their logic. The man, he don't want to do debate with you because he don't have any reference.
Of course, he doesn't. How can someone say he doesn't have Skype when you are using your Android phone?
Because the application of Skype on the Android phone.
Just download the Skype on your phone. So that's all.
You just want to use that thing as an excuse to run away.
Of course, I know.
Because you don't want to do any debate for you.
Yeah.
Sure, you don't want to do any debate with you.
Yeah.
So that is the reason why he said that Almighty Allah will be blessing you.
Amen.
Because I'm really enjoying you.
Amen.
Don't mind them, just be patient with them.
Thank you. No problem. Thank you. Now, that's the last caller for tonight. So inshallah, by Saturday, what's going on? What's the problem? What's the problem? No, they on the lights. Our public lecture at Iwaya, Arolo Street. Join me out there on Saturday. Arolo Street, Iwaya, in Lagos State here. Yaba Iwaya here. So from 10 till dawn. Any question of your choice shall be entertained. Till we meet on Saturday.
Islam is the way, the truth, and the life, Whosoever practices it shall never fail. Islam is the way, the truth, and the life, also